How's it going, Comic Art fans? Welcome to Comic Art Channel. I'm JK, and we have another haul video for you for the month of September 2022. A bunch of comics, collected editions, and a bunch of original art. So a little bit smaller haul, but we have some comics here. Got the first two issues of Santo Sisters, new indie comic by Greg and Fake. Introduced to this by one of my collecting buddies, Mark V, and also the comic board on YouTube did kind of a flip through first issue, and it looked interesting. Kind of a modern superhero Archie style, I guess. So yeah, I picked it up. Went to the site, picked up a couple of issues. There was some art there. Picked up some art, and I'll show that off later. But this looks interesting. Yeah, usually I'm buying, reading digitally. We're going to talk about single issues, but yeah, I couldn't find anything for this, so just went and went to the site. I think it was like Howling Pages or something, and picked these up and some original art. Next up, we got another copy of Duo Power Bomb #1, the Skybound variant, and Skybound was selling these slabbed. So how can I not pick this up? I got the art, got a signed copy, and now I got a slab copy. So one issue here is I don't know, it looks like there's like holes in the protective sheet, envelope or sheet. I don't know what the hell happened here, but just noticed it. Hopefully it stays protected. I'm not. This wasn't really, a speculative purchase. It's just to have a nice copy of this cover, since I happen to have the art for the cover. So yeah, and I mean, I think it's a great series. It's if you guys don't know, I'm as high as you can be on this series and in general, Daniel Warren Johnson. Next, we're gonna have a few, I guess, graphic novels. Leading off with a book, I believe it's French, from a Blaze, Ghost 111. I might have read the description, but I'm just trying it out. I really love Ablaze. They've been putting out a bunch of great translated books, and I think they're a publisher people should kind of look into and really pick up as much as they can. Yeah, so I guess this is like a crime, series. I don't know, The Departed, Infernal Affair style. I don't know, but I mean, it's just keeping your options open, reading as much of not just U.S. comics, but international comics. I think is a great thing. We're blessed with a ton of options, and we're blessed now with lots of stuff being translated into English and coming here, and so hopefully people try this stuff out so that we continue to get publishers translating the foreign material, because it's different. It's oftentimes very good. Yeah, cost 111. Another French creator, writer, artist, Jordi Lefebvre. Always Never. I haven't read any of his stuff, but I've seen his art, and it's beautiful art. This looks like Love Story from Dark Horse. Yeah, I mean, very Euro, Franco-Belgian art vibe. Looks beautiful. Yeah, I'm excited to open this up and dig in. Next book we have is Bacon and Other Monstrous Tales, a collection of Troy Nixie's stories. Yeah, I mean, with Troy, you're gonna get some fantastic art, weird horror, incredible line work. It looks to me like there's a bunch of his kind of evolution in his style. Yeah, I mean, I've lagged on picking this up and picking up his stuff, and so doing it now. This and Trout. Yeah, I mean, I'm a big fan of his artwork. One of the stories in here, I think it was in the Image Island anthology. Not sure. Oh, here we go. The Crime of Iron. And I love the art in this. It's like black and white with like, some red. Ahead of his time with the black, white, and red. But yeah, I mean, I was able to pick up the art for this story complete, and it's like double page spreads on huge boards, like 18 by 24 boards or 17 by 22. Yeah, love it. Love his line, love his detail, and hopefully we can get him on the show one of these days. Bacon and Other Monstrous Tales. And we got a sale book from IST. Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of always looking out for these author-centric collected books, be it Batman or whatever. I mean, DC does a lot for Batman. But yeah, I think this one was on sale or restocked from Matt Wagner. And so, easy buy. And, I think they should do more of these. Another one I'm excited about is this book, Messages in a Bottle, Comic Book Stories by Bernie Krigstein. So famous, as an EC legend, Story Master Race. This is cool what's in here. Yeah, I mean, I wanted to read up on his stuff. Kind of try to break down, some of his some of his style and his art. Yeah, just an interesting exercise. I'm glad it's collected. I think this is from Fantagraphics. And yeah, so legendary artist. Why not? Next, we have some Omnis. And first one, Burns, Superman, and Batman Generations. This was on sale and like steeply discounted on in stock trades. Less than $20 for this. So, it's John Byrne. What are you getting, like 20 issues worth of story from, kind of just a legendary artist, kind of experimenting here. For less than $1 a issue, collected nicely, oversized. Why not? How can you pass on this? Then kind of just got an impulse purchase of the Cloak and Dagger Volume 1 and 2. Always had an affinity for this stuff. Rick Leonardi, love his heart. I think they're both Leonardi covers. This is a little more vintage, but yeah, I mean, one was on sale, the other one was out of print, and Cheap Graphic Novels were selling it in their nick and dent sale. Didn't get too lucky here, but who cares? Pages aren't damaged, and easy to pick up and read whenever I'm bored. Kayfabe effect here. World Encyclopedia of Comics. Saw it on the show. Gotta pick it up. I don't pick up everything I see on their show, but this type of stuff with the history, I mean, I think this type of stuff is priceless. Even if you have the internet, it doesn't collect it so kind of concisely. This type of information, and I'm always looking to learn and figure out kind of the evolution, the development, of comics. It's just an interesting thing. And so, yeah, I mean, comics are great entertainment, kids, adults, but I think there's a lot of room there for some scholarship, and for me, even part of starting this YouTube channel is just working on, improving my vocabulary and looking at and discussing comics. So, hopefully these types of things help. And easy book, it was not overpriced. Easy to just open and look through and just enjoy, a bit at a time. So yeah, thanks, cartoonist Kayfabe. Last but not least, in the books, Seven to Eternity, Deluxe, Remender. Yeah, I probably stopped reading this around issue 11 or 12, and expected one of these, because Remender has done this for basically all of his series. And yeah, finally it comes through. Art wise, just a must buy. Openia was ridiculous on this book. James Harren had a couple fill-in issues that were also ridiculous. Um, yeah, I mean, no chance to regret buying something like this. I have no idea how the story ends, whether or not Remender, you know, nailed the ending, but just to flip through the art in oversized pages, I think is worthwhile, And if you're a completionist with all the Remender stuff, I guess you got to get it too. But I don't get them all, most of them, but this one I think you gotta buy. All right, now we're on to our original art portion of this haul. Few more pieces than last month or the month of August, um, and probably should have some steady supply coming in over the next couple months also. But first piece is Cabbage, Moon Knight number 4. I guess it's a prelim of the cover. It's got a lot of elements, not just the cover, but some of the interiors. I'm not sure what happened here. Maybe Sienkiewicz started penciling and then started inking and wasn't too happy, so redid it. But I don't usually buy prelims or like sketches. I tend to like finished pieces, be it their illustration, unpublished or published. But this was on eBay. Not that expensive. And yeah, I mean, it's got essentially, the full cover layout and pencils and partial links. And so, why not grab this as my first Sienkiewicz? On the reverse, we have a few just random faces. I think some of these were used later in the interior of the story. But yeah, I mean, good look at kind of process. An artist kind of messing around. It wasn't too expensive. Got it on like best offer. Yeah. You guys saw earlier the Santos Sisters, and yeah, I went and just bought a couple pieces on the site. This is the first story from issue 1. The hotter the lobster, the sweeter the juice. These pages are pretty huge. I think they're like if you compare to the standard Sienkiewicz page, this is like probably something like 15 by 20, 21. But yeah, I mean, it's not outrageously expensive. And, the art looked cool, oversized. I love this, when artists cut their own, hand cut their own, boards. Look here. Very cool. Yeah, why not? Why not get a story, the first story from the first issue? The covers were all gone, the first two, but I like the story, and I like having interiors. So pretty funny. They're just talking about like one of the sisters two-timing their supposed boyfriend while they're battling, here, just to get some hot lobster, which is some some restaurant, I guess. But yeah, it's cool. Hand lettered, title. Sadly, the dialogues weren't hand lettered, but it's okay. You can get the gist. Another oversized piece I got when I bought those issues. It's like a poster piece, pinup. They sent a print with it, and I think this is like a pinup, double page spread pinup in the first issue, not in this exact order, and with like a bunch of logos and lettering and commentary, but these are all the figures. Um, so good to get just a giant piece. I think this is like 18 by 24 um, of all the characters, I guess, thus far. Um, pretty cool. Pretty cool character designs. Yeah, I like it. And we got page from Love and Rockets 26, Jaime Hernandez, greatest living artist, comic artist. Yeah, I mean, what more can I say? Look at this. Everything's hand done. Maggie about to start working with her aunt, Vicky Glory, go on the road, managing her wrestling career. You got Daffy, you got cute Maggie, great poses all the time. Last panel, look at this cartooning in the last panel. I mean, fantastic. The one downside is back at this time, I think Jaime was using a lot of marker to fill blacks, so you get kind of this fade. But on this page, it's not quite as noticeable. There's some pages that are very noticeable. Like here. I don't know if you can see that well, but I'll take it still. I'd add Love and Rockets pages, as long as I'm collecting. Classic work just had their 40th, anniversary of the issue 1 release in September. I think tonight, Wednesday night, they're debuting a documentary on PBS on Love and Rockets. Yeah, I mean, if this was collected, it's you call it this comic epic that needs to be studied. The fact that they've been doing it for 40 years, Jaime's been consistently doing this for 40 years, and the story is still yet to be done. I think a lot of people take that for granted, and I came to this late. But once you read it, I guarantee you will agree with how good this is, how good Jaime Hernandez is. He's a legend. Next couple pieces were Heritage wins from maybe June or July. It was an auction I consigned a bunch of stuff to, and so I was using those funds, and so it took a while for that to all clear, and so it took a while for this to get here. But we have Paul Pope's cover for 100%, number 4. And I'm ecstatic, thrilled to have this. Finally have a piece from one of Paul's personal works. 100% is probably my favorite story by Paul. Hard to get interiors. It's very competitive. Whenever Felix has them, and surprisingly, this cover at Heritage, there was just not much competition. I was pretty aggressive after it, and lucky to come away with it. It's Paul Pope. Another creator I'll always be buying art from, and you guys will see a major haul from him probably for October. But yeah, very thankful to have this, happy to have this. One of my big regrets was, I believe the cover to 2, it was 2 or 3, was on eBay maybe a few years ago, and I don't know why, but I just didn't move on it, and then it disappeared and popped up, recently in the last year in a big collection, and I was like, damn, should have gotten it, and it was hit me right there, Romo, the regret of missing out, and then when this thing popped up at Heritage, I knew I'm gunning for this, and I probably got it for half of what I was willing to pay. So, real happy. This was also the cover to the hardcover collection for 100%. So, or at least part of it was. Yeah, thrilled to have it. Always thrilled to get Paul Pope art in hand. As you can see, it's huge, 19 by 24, all the way. All the board is taken up, so real happy here. Should have taken this out, but last but not least from the haul, we got a page from the King of Comics, Jack Kirby, Journey into Mystery 108, Thor versus Loki story. And there's really almost no Thor in here. There's just the fist of Thor and his hammer. Obviously Loki is on top. He has got all the momentum. Thor is recovering. Is a twice up page. But really happy to have this. My first Kirby. They broke up this whole issue in that Heritage auction, and I was like, yeah, this might be a good chance to just get a great page from Kirby at a good price. And I really love this page. There might be other pages with Thor, action wise, that look great, but for me, especially recently, with how much of kind of emphasis there's been on Loki in the MCU with his own TV series and in the movies, grown to really be attached to Loki as a character. Think of him as a cool character, not just some villain or Thor's arch nemesis. And this classic, just the horned helmet, awesome imagery. This Kirby pose right here, like, he makes a pose just look exciting, like, damn, it's just powerful. We have some kind of the cosmic stuff from Kirby here, I want to, it's near Kirby Crackle, but fantastic work. Doctor Strange taking up the, bottom tier, trying to protect Jane Foster. Um, this is history, comic book history, by the greatest comic book artist, of all time, really. So happy to have one, and hopefully this isn't my last one. So yeah, thrilled. So that's it for the haul, but the comics world, the whole world, really got some horrendous news. Wednesday kind of Tuesday night, overnight, a bunch of us woke up to the fact that Kim Jung Gi passed away. Master artist, so respected by the entire community, just insane talent and ability. At 47 years old, he passed away. And so, I was stunned. Anyone that I know, absolutely stunned at his passing. And so I wanted to, look at kind of the one piece I have that he's done. And it's a Black Science cover. He'll live on forever through his art, but yeah, I mean, this guy was just so good, doesn't need to lay anything out, just starts drawing and, puts to paper what is in his head, and for me, I mean, this was my favorite issue of Black Science, and so when this cover was available, went out and got it at Daniel Magan Gallery in France. And I was just on the site yesterday and thinking about picking something up. Not on the site, but he sent out an email previewing Kim Jung Gi's exhibition over there and the pieces that were on sale. And so, I was like, okay, maybe I should pick something up. Yeah, I mean, terrible loss. Condolences to his family. It's just a stunning, shocking loss to comics, to the art world, the Korean community. Yeah, so, just trying to pay a little bit of tribute here, at the end of this video. So, thank you for watching. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed. If you like it, leave a comment. I'll try to respond. Thank you so much. Bye.